We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Violet Cove. And we are nearing Halloween, so perhaps there will be a spooking in this episode. Not that I've planned one, but planning is no use around these hooligans. Yeah, so before we start, let's just give a quick recap of the eventful episode we had last time. Lots of cards were pulled last time. The big reveal of all of Maddie's friends being supernatural beings, as well as Bryce's basement bunker that he's been hiding out in for quite a long time on the calendar. We did some research on what has happened in town in the past that seems a little sketchy, as well as the sheriff's wife, which we got a hint about from Mr. Dimito. And you guys, through library and use of archives and records, found her name. You briefly stalked their house to find a brief break in when the sheriff and his wife get home from their respective jobs. And I believe that's all the important stuff. Am I missing anything?
We're gonna break into the sheriff's. Yeah, Yep, you got everything.
That sounds like everything. I mean, there was a full moon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a full moon. I thought that was the episode before that, but I've had
that was last night in character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In game last night.
You got through it though, so that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and so now that you've done your little stakeout, I heard a little birdie told me that you had plans to break into the sheriff's house. Yeah, and so we leave off there. It's getting dark the night that all of this has happened, and you've done a lot of research and stuff, and you all return home. And I believe we are mid-school week, so you will have school the following morning. You return to Violet Cove High, and there's no police presence today. It's a pretty standard day. Surprisingly, Jace has not been suspended. They sure thought about it, though. They sure did.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Not for the first time.
So unless there's anything you guys want to do in school, we can hop to after the fact, and you guys can meet up after the final bell.
I have no desire to do anything uniquely disruptive today, so we'll wait till after school.
Becca's not even there to start any bullshit. She just fucking bailed today.
Yeah, that is. Oh, I forgot that you were gonna bail. Yeah, that's pretty alarming.
Yeah.
At least for Jace.
Yeah, let's get into that real quick.
And for me.
Yeah. So about. I didn't know if you were gonna follow through, so I had to give you.
Oh,
that
I am.
Yeah. So about like midway through the day, you get a text from Jace. Like, have you seen her anywhere? Maddie, that's
Me?
That was for you. Yeah.
No. Should we be concerned?
I'm gonna leave and go look for her. Do you want to bail?
Am I
Probably
there?
a long, like a couple minutes. This is a text conversation.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My brain's not working so good. I'm monitoring the bit rate and all that right now.
Oh no, my brain is so gone. I wanted to plan more sensibly for this episode, and I took what I had.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't. There's probably like a couple minutes before, or like a minute or two before I respond. Yes.
Jace says, my parking spot, lunch bell, and that's it. That's in the text.
Cool.
So the two of you meet out in the parking lot. When you come out, you can find that Jace is already there. He's sitting on the hood of his car, waiting for you, not really caring that people can see that he is actively skipping class. And he waves you over as he sees you coming towards him, and he unlocks the doors.
You just climb inside. You're saying, does she do this a lot? Like, is this sort of a normal thing, or I don't know. This is all obviously very new to me.
Well, she as he's like kind of getting settled into the car, she usually feels pretty crappy after, you know, it's all happened. I couldn't tell you myself because I've never been through it, but I think she's probably overwhelmed, especially with you knowing and stuff. So I just want to drive and check some of her usual stomping grounds and see if she's okay, you know, make sure she's not dead and stuff, because that would suck.
Yeah, I want to come along and make sure she's okay and all, but if, like, me being there, do you think I'll, like, make it worse or more difficult for her or something? I can, like, stay in the car when we find her or something. I don't want to be, like, a burden or nothing.
He shrugs and he, like, starts pulling out of the parking lot. He's like, I'm sure that if she's in the right state of mind, she'll be happy to see you. So just stick behind me, and we should be fine.
Okay.
So, yeah. Jason's gonna pull around to Luna Isle first. Vague, like, outdated, like, pop music is like what plays in his car. It's definitely a Spice Girls car.
Oh my god.
That definitely suits him. Yeah, he parks down the road a few blocks away, and you're gonna first kind of enter Luna Isle cautiously and call out, Becca! Becca, are you here?
She calls back. Ugh!
Wow,
Not sure if that
I'm
was a
happy
yes
to
or a no.
see you too.
Just... Hi.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that you were, like, okay. You know, we can leave if you want, but I brought your little girlfriend.
Uncalled for?
Is it?
She sort of stumbles out of the woodworks, looks at the two of you.
Yeah, I knew that would get you out. Hey.
Hi.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
You want to get some food? We can get some food.
That sounds good.
All right.
So long as the fucking vampire isn't involved right now. I need like a day or two to not punch him in the throat.
Yeah, I heard he was
Gotcha. Okay.
causing some problems. Kind of visibly amused at watching you figure things out as they talk, Maddie. Just to stop like a couple times.
Just following the conversation,
like stifle his laughs. And yeah, we can leave him to his devices. Go get some. Actually, no, we can't go get Dallies. He corrects himself. Because it's a school day and they'll kick us out. We'll get drive-through somewhere.
Okay.
Is your motorcycle parked?
Yeah. You know how places generally have like a parking lot sort of in them that are like that?
Yeah. Oh, so
It's
she like brought.
It's really deep in the corner of that parking lot, like obscured a little bit by trees.
Yeah, it's pretty overgrown in there. So that would make sense. Do you want to take it, or do you just want to leave it?
I'll take it. I don't want to have to fucking come back here for it. You know?
All right. Just follow me. I'll pull up. And he starts, like, heading back to his car.
Just throw it in the trunk.
I don't know if you want to ride as per usual at this point.
How, does Becca seem, like, inebriated currently?
Becca, that's for you to make.
Yeah, a little.
I'll ride with Jace. No offense.
None taken.
Drive safe. Ride safe. Ride safe.
I will.
She gives like an awkward thumbs up.
I will. Have fun. Have fun, you two. Enjoy the Spice Girls.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. So Bryce will, drive you guys through. What did I say? I said Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Too many damn vampires in this town.
Two.
A whole two of them.
Not enough.
Many.
Not
One too many. One too many.
There ain't enough blood in this town for the both of us.
I mean, there reasonably is. They both lived here for quite a long time. But yeah, Jace will drive you guys through, the good old-fashioned McDonald's drive-through and bring you guys back to the seclusion of his house to talk about anything you need to talk about, and for Becca to have some privacy in recovering from the full moon. So if there's any conversation to be had, now is the time where I can jump to the school again.
Thanks for checking up. You too. I kind of figured I would attract at least your attention. She gestures to Jace.
Jace waves.
Didn't really know he would bring you, but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said, like, last night that you'd see me in school today, and so I got a little concerned when, you weren't there. I guess this shouldn't really be concerning at all when you're not in school, because that's sort of a fairly common occurrence now that I'm thinking about it, but, given the circumstances, past 18 hours or so have been weird and kind of a blur, and I don't really know how to react to most things anymore.
Entirely understandable.
I mean, I could make you one of us too, then it would be a lot less weird. I usually have a no-bite policy, but you're all right.
I think I'm all right.
I was kidding. I was kidding.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think you'll get to know him a little better. He's kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, even when he's like being serious about things, it's in a way that you really aren't sure, and it's even harder over text. Like, I can't even tell, like, really what kind of vibe he's going for. I'm just reading the words he's saying. Like, how many people text in the exact same way they talk, and it makes it more confusing? A lot of people, now that I think about it, but that's beside the point. Might be a good time to cut back to the school.
Yeah, no, excellent
good time. Good time.
Yeah, so back in school, those of us who have opted to attend the second half of the day are finishing up their classes. Like I said, still no police presence. It looks like that has calmed, at least for now. Keywords, at least for now. And yeah, the rest of the school day passes with relative ease, and you come to the end, ready to get rolling on, stuff you're really curious about.
Yeah, Wisteria's gonna go over to Bryce, kind of like deflated. I got a C- on my science test.
You'll live.
Incredibly in character.
That's what we do in real life, by the way. Jane comes to me, I got a whatever on my test. I'll be like, Jane.
It's okay. Listen, even though I don't have Asian parents to, like, have the grade standards, because I am Asian, I have those grade standards. So yeah, Wisteria's just gonna harass Bryce. It's like, can you help me in science? You always get 100s on the quizzes and the tests.
Well, I can't, because I don't study. I'm a terrible example. My best advice is be alive for centuries and just absorb it through osmosis.
What's osmosis?
Oh, god damn it. And cut to wherever.
And that's why you got a C-.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the day is over, so you're welcome to like make preparation for your stakeout, or just dive right into it if that's what pleases you.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you fancy.
Let's do crimes.
Oh, Wisteria is coming?
She is. Oh no.
Excellent. How excellent is that?
Not. So, I'm scared for her life.
Wisteria's come prepared. She's in her little like farming outfit, so she's got her flannel shirt and some overalls, but she's got a bunch of farming tools with her, like a trowel, a hand axe, so on and so forth.
Wisteria, why are you dressed in the most notably you thing possible?
This is my farming outfit. The garb in which I farm in. Listen, if we get caught, we can just say I'm a gardener. Yeah. I do know their gardener. He's a very nice man. I can say that the gardener was sick, and that I'm here planting tulips. Yeah.
Okay. Are the lights on in the house?
So you pull up. The cars are out of the driveway. You're out of school at 2:30, and it seems that no one is home from work quite yet. There seems to be like a couple lights on the lower floor, but like the entire house isn't lit up.
Mm. And are there any cars in the driveway?
No.
Wisteria, you stand nondescriptly down the street, and if anybody comes in via car, or you see anybody coming to the house, just shoot me a text.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Look, those hedges need to trim in. I'll do that.
All right. And I will go around to the back of the house.
Okay, so yeah, you park your car, you go out, and you saunter up to the house. The first obstacle, which I'm assuming won't be of too much consequence for you, is that they have a fence, like a fenced-in backyard.
I'm gonna make sure there's not a large, mean-looking dog on the other side.
You can hear briefly. You can hear the faint barking of a dog, but it's inside the house.
Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna hop the fence. And is there a trellis or something I can get onto the second floor with?
I would say in this part of the country and in this kind of house, probably not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you can with your superior strength
Should
and
I roll or
agility.
just hop up?
I don't know if there's anything to be rolled here. Yeah, because you're not really lashing out and you're not running. So I'm gonna say even if you had failed the first time, you'd be able to make enough attempts that you would eventually get it.
Okay, I'm gonna just look through the windows real quick to make sure that there's nobody on the other side or I don't step on something, you know.
Yeah, so you head around the back of the house and you look through the one window where the curtains aren't drawn. You can see that there's a light on in the living room as not little, like a medium size, like a golden doodle is coming up to the window, and is barking at you, happily, not angrily,
Okay.
not viciously, just like a person is here. Person
Okay.
is here.
Is the window unlocked
still
if I
don't
try
beware
to
of dog sign?
slide it up?
I mean, you only need to beware of dog sign if your dog is violent. And I figured
mean-
he'd be in a tax bracket where he'd buy a dog and not adopt it, so it's probably not violent.
Yeah.
That was my thought process.
My neighbors had to beware of dog sign for their old dog, who was, the sweetest, most lazy little old dog. It was ironic,
I think
but
some people
I
buy
feel
those
like
signs.
Maybe she had a
ironically,
secret
yeah.
dog sign.
Your house is less likely to be robbed if you have a sign like that.
he did not.
I mean, he is the sheriff.
The sign did have a silhouette of a Sheltie on it, so.
I love Shelties. Favorite. What did you say you were gonna do, Bryce?
See if the window's unlocked.
You go to try to push and pull the window open, and it is locked closed.
Okay. This is on the first floor, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to climb up to the second floor and get in a window there.
Okay, do you have any particular method in which you are trying to do that?
Preferably quietly. But I don't have like a rope or anything. Is there any way is there like a tree house or a tree in the backyard that I
Shoulda
can jump
talked
onto the
to
roof from?
Wisteria.
It's a little bit deserty of an area.
Yeah, that makes
for
sense.
trees.
I'm gonna shoot Wisteria a text. Meet me in the back
Wisteria's
garden.
gonna skip back over, just like, you need something, and she's got some rope at her side.
You have rope? I was thinking you were gonna
wrangling
grow
up
some fucking
animals.
vines or some crazy shit.
Huh? That's a thing I can do?
I have no
I
idea.
have this rope for when one of the goats goes rogue.
Okay.
It's usually Harrison that usually goes rogue.
Is there
He's a bit of a
any
troublemaker.
place I can maybe string this rope through or toss it to get a good anchor?
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah,
Why don't you tie it to the end of she takes out one of the little rake thingies to make a makeshift grappling hook.
Oh, like a little gardening fork.
Yeah, use
Grappling
this.
hook.
Okay, I'm gonna do some crimes, so you go keep a lookout.
Okie doke, let me know if you need any more supplies. You might want to take this trowel too. It's good for self-defense. A good stab to the throat area.
Okay, I have a gun.
Oh. Well, no. Guns make noise. Stabbing
I also have
people-
fangs.
Oh.
And I'm a vampire.
kind of
As any good
back.
Chicago cop will tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna swing the improvised grappling hook and try to throw it to a place where it can get purchase.
All right, let's think. The first thing I think of is a storm drain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you throw it up, and the after a couple of tries, your grappling hook catches around the corner of the storm drain, which is pretty well secured, so you can attempt to climb to the second floor windows.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
You climb up and you can locate a small windowsill jutting out from a window that attaches to a bedroom that is the window itself is open and it's only covered by a screen.
Okay. Is the screen removable or do I have to puncture it?
I'm sure with some patience it's removable.
Okay. I'll try to remove it.
It takes some time, and the sharp end of that trowel around the edge, you can pop out the screen and get yourself into the bedroom.
All right. Now, I'm just gonna look through, see if there's any interesting files in, like, nightstands or anything, but I doubt it in the bedroom. I'm just gonna do a quick once-over, and if there's not that, I'm gonna look for, like, a home office.
Yeah, so the room that you've come into is a pretty standard adult bedroom. Upon your feet hitting the ground in the room, the dog runs up the stairs and into the room and is
I'll say hello to him.
kind of staring at you from the doorway. He's too hesitant to be friendly, but he barks at you a couple times and kind of just sits at the doorway of the room.
Okay. Cute dog.
Yeah, this is a pretty standard adult bedroom. They have a nightstand, a bedside nightstand on one side, but if you open it up, the only things in there are the Bible, one or two Nora Roberts books, if you're familiar with Nora Roberts.
I've heard the name, but I don't...
Is that her name? She writes romance novels that grandmas read. Yeah. I don't mean that in offense, Nora Roberts, if you somehow watch this. My Nana greatly enjoys your novels. Yeah, so yeah, and there is the Bible, a couple of Nora Roberts, an address book, with a couple of friendly phone numbers and addresses in it. Yeah, that's about it. There's an empty pad of paper with a few pens and pencils, and that's all that's in there.
Perfect. There any cabinets other than that, a dresser or something?
Yeah. There's a closet in the room.
Okay, I'm gonna look through that.
So you go into the walk-in closet. It's filled with men's clothes on one side, women's clothes on the other. The thing that probably would call out to you most is that there is a safe in the back of the closet.
Huh. What would I roll to try and bust the safe, pick it, or something?
Depending on what you want to do specifically, I'll have you roll with a different skill.
Okay, I'm not going to try to wrench it open. I want to be not here, you know?
Okay, so why don't you roll 2d6 and add cold?
Okay. That is 9 plus my cold, which is 1. So that's a 10.
That's pretty damn good. So you've done this before.
A few times.
Not just once, too. You've done this a number of times. Maybe you knew the dude who invented this safe company.
Just the man who invented locks.
That's how easy this is to you. With the tools that you carry, you manage to get it open. In there there are 2 handguns, some extra ammunition, and there's a little jewelry baggie with a gold necklace inside.
And that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna close it right back up. Then let's go look for a home office.
All right, so you exit the room. The dog is kind of like tailing you like an assistant now as you walk.
He's
Just like
like, I'm
right
helping.
right at your heel. He's like, I want to help.
I'll give him a little pet if he lets me.
You reach to him, he seems a little apprehensive, but if you like stay calm and really slow, he'll let you give him a pet.
I'm in a hurry, so I'll wait for him to cool down, you know?
Okay. Yeah,
So let's find that home office.
Also located on this floor of the house is a home office. The door is closed but not locked.
Perfect.
Yep, you go in and there's a desk with a 2-monitor spread. There's a filing cabinet. There are some pictures of, not pictures. There are some frames rather on the wall of like various college degrees and other certificates received by both the sheriff and his wife are hanging up on one of the walls.
I'm gonna check the desk drawers. Just like any cabinets, filing cabinets. I'm gonna look for physical files, and then, if I can, I'm going to try and steal the hard drive.
Interesting choice. I didn't plan for that one. All right, so in the desk drawers, you find mostly office supplies. There's a small key, like about maybe like an inch or two big, in the top drawer, but you don't know what it's to.
I'll take that still, for the time being.
Yeah, there's mostly office supplies. There's another address book. This one seems to be professional. There are a couple of higher ranking names in it. If you skim through it,
I'm gonna photograph them, just the address book, just in case.
Okay, so we can go through like exactly what people are in there later. I haven't given them,
of course,
like,
no, you're fine.
Names, but they have titles.
I'm just covering my ground, you know.
Yeah. So you get the address book, and then in the filing cabinet, I think is much more what you're looking for. So my mother in real life has a home office. Hi, Mom. And in the home office, my mother has a filing cabinet, and that filing cabinet is jam-packed with every legal and financial document my mother has ever touched. And that's how I imagine this filing cabinet to be. It's very organized, but it's just so full.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just start going through quickly, not like doing a breakdown, but like look for any discrepancies, like what I would estimate the salaries to be versus what their reported income is versus, you know, just checking for any financial fraud or any any weird transfers of money, either in or out, that are suspicious or, you know, seem out of place.
So, you do see that Davina has received multiple, not like an excessive amount, but she's received multiple like scholarships and grants of merit for her biological research over the years. And there are some like copies of those checks and, you know, pictures of her receiving them on some accounts that are put into the files.
Okay. I'm okay. I think I'm. This has sparked something. I'm taking the hard drive and I'm gonna look for a basement.
You're gonna look for a basement. Okay.
Yes, that key is leading to some weird biology shit, dude.
Okay. So you're not gonna look through the cabinet anymore.
Unless there's like a compartment that won't open unless I have to put a key in, then I'm not super interested.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like open each one to make sure it has papers in it, leaf through them to like make sure they're like real, they're, you know, actual papers and not hiding something, and then, you know, I'll be real quick about it.
You do find, I think in that file cabinet, you do find a taser stuffed into one of the
I'll just take the battery out of that.
Are you taking the battery with you too?
Yes, battery's going in my pocket.
That's fun. Okay.
Just in
Yeah,
case someone gets home, I have to hide and they try to tase me.
Yeah, everything else at a quick glance is written. Some of the files are in Russian, but
Photos.
okay. Yeah. Otherwise, everything is written and in the appropriate folders. So now you're looking for a basement.
After stealing the hard drive from the
Yes,
computer.
that I feel like you, as someone who has been around, you're just taking the hard drive
Also,
out.
removing a hard drive is anybody could do that shit. Like, that's easy.
Yeah, that's not like picking a lock. That's a skill that most people who have computers should have. So you take the hard drive out of the computer, and you head first to the downstairs, where there's a living area, a kitchen, and there's another bedroom down there, which is mostly empty.
Okay.
As I think I mentioned, and you would definitely know because they moved in town, they have a son that's now in college.
Sounds
So
about right.
likely his bedroom.
Now, this probably won't do anything, because I know dogs and they don't really do this in real life, but if I were to let the dog sniff the key, would it lead me anywhere?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay, that makes sense. It's not a trained tracking dog, it's just a fucking doodle,
If I had made the dog a basset hound, there are things you could have said to convince me.
Yes, but it's just a doodle.
Since I arbitrarily chose golden doodle, it is not.
Okay.
Yeah, you have trouble finding a basement door from the inside, but if you head out a side door back into the yard on the other side of the house from where you came in, there's like storm cellar doors.
Interesting. Are they locked?
Yes, they are.
Does the key open them?
Yes, it does.
Hell yeah. Progress.
Okay. So you head into the storm cellar. It's pretty dark down here at first, but there are like battery powered torches you can turn on if you don't want to turn on like the lights.
Yeah,
they are
normal.
Okay. They're normal lights also. Electric lights, I guess I should say. Yeah, so down here, it doesn't appear weird at first until you start like looking at it at a first glance wouldn't be so weird. But once you really take your time and start getting closer to things, it does. So down here there is a tank with a snake, a live snake is down here. B, there's a television, but like an old clunker like kind of television, an analog radio, and a couch, all kind of like arranged into like an if I got stuck down here fashion. There's a large like open cabinet of non-perishable food. There's 3 rifles hanging on the wall, and there is another file cabinet of sorts. This one, like the ones they have at Staples where it's like just like the plastic like pullouts and like the ones, it's like one of those pushed into the corner.
I'm gonna take a video of just everything around me, the snake, the weapons. What type of weapons are these, by the way? Are they like modern? Are they?
Yeah, so out of the 3 rifles, one of them is like an old, that's kind of set off to the side. They're not all hanging in a row.
Yeah.
There's one set off to the side that is clearly some kind of like Revolutionary War like replica thing. But the other 2 are like a modern.
So
like,
I can tell it's
rifle.
a replica. Like I can inspect
It's
the bits and it's not gonna fire.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it's gonna fire, and there's even like on the wall they have like the little like certificate of authenticity like taped up next to it. Yeah. And but the other 2 are modern grade kind of like hunting rifle that you take to like hunt like boar or deer.
Okay, now let's look in. First of all, let's look at this snake. Does it appear to just be a normal snake?
Um, how close are you getting to the snake?
I'm not gonna touch the damn thing, but I am
Okay.
going to get close and take a look.
Yeah, I mean it is in a glass container, so the snake is a little weird. Its skin is so pale, it's almost like translucent, like something you'd find like down in the deep of the ocean, like the skin of those kinds of things. So you can see like very faintly, like the veins running through it. But the extra weird part is that its eyes are black.
I'm videoing this, by the way. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna just
Hello, MGP. Welcome
take
to
a.
my
Is there like a
crib.
stick or something I can use to poke the
Instagram
thing?
Live.
I mean, you could, like, I don't know if you'd find a stick because it's
Take the. I'll take the
indoors.
Revolutionary War musket
Poke
and
it with
just.
a pen.
No.
I'll use a little shovel. I'll use a little trowel Wisteria gave me.
Okay, yeah, that works. You can use the trowel. So you're gonna open the top and try to like put your trowel like in.
Yeah, just to poke.
Yeah, so you stick it into the habitat, and the snake like very carefully inspects the trowel and then looks at you kind of like it knows something. You would almost expect it to talk. It's not going to, but by the way
yeah.
it looks at you,
I'll
that's
just go to it. Shh, no snitching.
it hisses back at you.
I'm gonna go over to the filing cabinet and just start taking photos of fucking everything.
Okay, so
The
the cool thing about the files in this cabinet is that they're all just random jumbles of alphabet letters. To you, at least.
photoing them all. This is some
Okay.
kind of code. What if I hold them up to the snake?
The see, these two things.
Can the snake read code?
The snake cannot read code to your knowledge.
Shit.
This is when you're playing like a point and click adventure game and you're like,
Yes.
use item on snake. You cannot use this item here.
I've been there.
Is there anything around this office that looks like a cipher or anything?
No.
Okay.
There isn't like a code breaker anywhere around here.
Once
this is
I've-
gonna you're not this is like a code that there's not gonna be a code or breaker like anywhere around here for you to find. It's just like something you know.
Okay, I'll just photograph all the shit. And then I'll go over to the snake, his enclosure, and just be like, can you understand me?
The snake sort of like tilts his head this way.
Is that a yes? Up and down for yes, side to side for no. Well, up and down for yes.
He goes like up a little.
I'm confused. I'll be back to talk to you at some point. For now, I have to make a clean getaway.
The snake, like with its tail, like taps like the other side of its enclosure, like on the side.
Oh.
Um,
Is that a... I'm gonna, like, go to the side of that enclosure and, like, look at it? Or, like, look look in the direction the snake is pointing.
there is a little cooler, filled with snake food in that direction.
Oh, yeah. No snitching? Deal, I'll
Snake.
give you food if you don't say anything?
Snake food is typically just like mice.
Yeah, I'll pop it open, see what there is in there.
Yeah, it's like a mini fridge full of like frozen mice.
I'll pop him two, and I'll just be like...
It's a little gross.
Yeah, I'll pop him two, I'll be like, this is for your silence. Shush. Then I'll leave. I'll make sure to put the thing back, put the screen door back. I'm gonna do as best I can to make it, even put the battery back in the taser. I'm not putting the hard drive back.
Okay, so you're returning everything to normal aside
Unless
from...
there's like I'm gonna text Wisteria. Do you have your laptop with you? Because we came right from school.
Mysterious, like, what's
You
a
guys brought your
laptop?
laptops to school? Yeah, Mysteria didn't even have a phone until recently.
Shit.
You had to
Sarah's
give
just
her
like,
a
"What's a
phone. What makes you think she has a
laptop?"
laptop?
Is there another hard drive around the place?
Why don't you just take it back to your place?
Well, I don't want
my-
them to
like,
know anything's
Wisteria's-
wrong. That's the issue.
There. Oh, I mean, internet. No, wait. No, there is an internet cafe. There's an internet cafe.
No, here's what I'll do. I'll upload the entire hard drive to my Dropbox account.
Okay, so...
Then I'll go through the cookies and wipe any evidence that I went on Dropbox.
No.
No?
Okay, you even if you did, let's say you managed to get onto the computer.
Yeah, I'd have
And-
to. Oh yeah, passwords and all that. I'm just stealing the hard drive then. Fuck that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if you did, it would be a lot of information for...
I'd have to
To
buy a
a
Dropbox.
Dropbox.
I'd have to buy a Dropbox Plus account.
It would take a long time, is more like the issue.
Yeah, so everything's in place except hard drive's completely fucking gone. And I'm leaving.
Okay. All right. So you're leaving out the way you came out.
Yes, putting
window?
the screen back, closing the window, retrieving my trowel and rope.
All right. Yeah. So you've managed to get in and out of here. I'd say in about an hour. And the family still won't be home for another hour or two. So I would call that a successful break-in and break-out until they notice the hard drive is missing. But that sounds like a problem for later, Bryce.
Yes, current Bryce is going to be copying all those files as soon as he can. Sound still working? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. All right. Hello? Are people talking?
Sorry,
No.
you guys were all frozen until just
Oh, shit,
now.
sorry.
For me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so you make it out and you can rendezvous again with Wisteria, who has been, I assume, pruning bushes down the street.
Yeah, she's been pruning
Pruning that
bushes.
little
She made
labor.
one of the bushes into a little dinosaur. She made another one into a butterfly. One's a giraffe. All while keeping lookout. You know, she can do this like it's the back of her hand.
Okay, Wisteria.
Oh, Bryce! What do you think? And she'll gesture to them.
So I was trying to not be noticed, but I think they might notice the pruning of their bushes you did.
I think this was down the street.
Oh, down the
so
street?
Yeah,
Okay,
this
you're
is down
okay.
the street. This is down the street.
Well, that's all good then. I think we need to go.
Yeah, I garden for these people on the weekends, so they're used to this.
Oh, good. Okay. Time
Also,
to go
I
and...
can't see anyone being too upset about, like, oh, someone trimmed my hedges for me.
Mhm.
And they made them artisanal.
So, Wisteria, I met this really weird snake in there. He had black eyes, translucent skin, and he was absurdly intelligent.
Huh. And isn't, like, reptiles... I've been told I have a lizard brain, so I'm assuming that they're not very smart.
Reptiles generally don't think. They're not intelligent creatures. Really not at all. They operate off of instinct, not much else. And this one seemed to understand what I was saying. It even instructed me to feed it. I gave it the instructions that if I'm feeding it, it should not tell its owners about me. I don't know if we agreed on that, but we're hoping. So, you ready to go back to the bunker and start downloading some files? Hey, Wisteria, do you know anything about code breaking?
If it's anything like pattern recognition, then maybe. I'm
Okay.
pretty good
Was
at that.
anyone
Like,
was
one of
anyone
the-
here like IRL a cipher kid? Like, did anyone do these for fun?
Code breaking shit.
A little.
I did a
Okay.
tiny bit for my for my
Little
forensic certification, but that was about it.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so we'll
I'm not
we'll
qualified.
get into exactly what cipher this is when you guys like sit down to look at it then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wistaria's got a lot of free time on her hands, considering, overprotective parents just like,
Actually,
don't go outside into the world.
if there's another
so-
hour between until the people get home, is that enough time for me to speed to my hideout, copy the files, speed back, and put the hard drive back in the computer?
That
No.
sounds risky.
Okay, yeah,
It's if you want all of the files on,
it would be yeah. I'll take that
It
risk
would
that
just
they
be
get
easier
spooked.
to frame someone. It would just be easier to frame someone.
I can
by
just
putting
frame
the
another
hard drive
cop
in their
later. I'll put the hard
location.
drive in his locker or
Yeah,
something, break into the
exactly.
police station.
Exactly.
Ah, yes, solve
I'm
your
gonna start
problem.
calling it Break-In Cove.
Ah, yes, solve your dilemma from breaking into the sheriff's house by breaking into the police station.
Some of us haven't committed a crime yet, so
Solve your problem from breaking into the sheriff's house by breaking Edie's house.
God.
Hey, we don't want class solidarity. We don't want class solidarity between them. We want to create animosity and tension in the workplace.
You know what?
Tear
You're
them
right.
apart
We
from
do.
inside.
Break-in Cove
Next step is we all
TM,
become
yes.
cops.
I'll remake a new logo.
Oh boy. Oh
Okay.
no.
So yeah, so
Larson
you
of
bring the hard drive back to the hideout, and you hook it up, and it's gonna take a couple of hours to transfer all of the files over to your computer.
So it's a big ass hard drive.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything on it that would be immediately decipherable or looks like a cipher of some kind?
So there are things that are interesting. Once again, you're not gonna find the key to this cipher here. If you take some time with it, I'll tell you what it is, because you'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's in confidence. It's just a Caesar cipher.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I will take the time to figure it out. Like, this is something I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
stay up at night later at night doing.
Yeah, so I think you'd eventually recognize that, but there's no use looking for it in the hard drive because it's not there.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff you find in the hard drive. This is where it's about to get really juicy. There is like recorded correspondence between her and Daimito.
Motherfucker.
Recorded correspondence between her and the FBI. There is extensive records of her own scientific like research in the past. There's like an oddly like specific file of like her like husband's history before they met. It ends at like the date they got married, or quickly, like the year they got married. There's a couple of what else is in
I
there.
have so many fucking questions. Oh my god.
There's like a timeline that's like only half like put together. It looks like in progress of like major events in Violet Cove. There, and we're really digging. You'd probably find this last buried within like some like just like layman's files that appear like family documents and like tax stuff and that you find information on that same story you found in the library about that suicide ritual from the 80s.
Is there any more information than what there was previously? Just
Yeah, so it has some like Latin like phrases and names kind of like listed around it, almost like with the Word document like annotation like feature.
yeah.
Yeah, there's like there's a few annotations of like things capitalized like proper nouns, so either like names or places in capitals added to the article, as well as a follow-up at the end, like an asterisk note attached to the deceased's name that says like procured 7/25/86.
What the Oh. Oh.
And I think that's the most interesting stuff you find in the
might
file.
be putting dead people into snake body. Wisteria's in the bunker with me, yeah?
If you took her with her, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. In the garage with all the cars, the bedroom, and the laptop. Well, not laptop, it's like a desktop PC.
Yeah, Wisteria's just vibing. She's just vibing and trying to pick up an iron wrench again. Just like, I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch it.
Wisteria, don't hurt yourself, please. Oh, okay. She
just has both of her hands on it and just like, huh? What? Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm okay. It only feels like I touched a stove.
Wisteria, you don't need to do that.
Okay, I've recovered. I've recovered. I'm gonna have to save that and post that to the Twitter so people understood why I took a minute to have a breakdown.
Bryce is doing some like spy shit. Wisteria's burning herself on a wrench.
I mean, if she thinks she's building tolerance, good on her. I actually feel like Wisteria kind of has the brain to break the cipher, so like it might take a long
I'm gonna
while.
like bother Wisteria. I'm gonna be like, hey, Wisteria, do you notice any of it? Like, do you know any of this stuff? I'm not very good with ciphers.
Code, right?
Yeah, it's a code. I'm not very good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Wisteria,
give it here. My parents would talk in ciphers about me when I was younger.
I have so many questions about your young life.
They would actually just spell out words and she wouldn't know what they were talking about. It'd be like, don't let her go to the WOODS. And she's like, why are you talking in ciphers?
That's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
Wisteria, however, your brain works a little bit differently. And
she's special, you can say.
No, well, I mean, you are special. Your brain works a little bit differently, and although you don't see it at first, like a pattern of like what's happening with the alphabet here emerges to you, and in sharing the information that you figure out with Bryce, I think the two of you could deduce that it was a Caesar cipher.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this is a salad cipher.
What?
A salad cipher.
You see, you're smart. Never let people tell you you're dumb. You figured that out fast.
Yeah, so a Caesar
like
cipher,
a
for anyone here who doesn't like know how this works, Caesar cipher is like the cipher you learn when you're a little kid who's like into cryptography. And it's super simple. Basically, you shift all of the letters like left or right by a certain amount, and then those letters are replaced with another. So like in a Caesar cipher with a right shift of 1, every A would be a B, every B would be a C, and so on. and so forth. So it's one of those. It'll probably take a while to decode, and I will drop like the translations on you guys for the next episode. But you have a lead on that.
Not gonna drop us the actual cipher and make us decode it.
I don't want to write the actual cipher.
That's fair.
Like I would have to type out the full letter, then use Control F to change every letter to a different letter.
Look,
And I was just
it's
gonna-
fine.
If this
Not
is
worth it,
actually
y'all.
secret shit, these people deserve to have it stolen. Because
Yeah,
why
really.
would you encode
This is
anything
Caesar's-
in the baby cipher?
It's okay. I'll take whatever you send us and then put it into a Caesar cipher and then decode it myself.
I mean, I was just gonna send you guys a summary of like what finalized it. But if you really
write it up
want
myself.
me to encode
Nope.
it, I can pick.
You
I
don't
can
need
pick a-
to,
I
that
can
will
pick
be
a
a-
harder.
It's fine.
I can pick a harder cipher.
No,
I-
thank you. It's okay. You don't
Bex, you're
have
a
to.
myth fan. Don't do this to us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you think I don't got more? I do have more. In fact, I know hexadecimal.
Oh,
So
no.
let's not get on my bad side as a GM. So, before you get a bunch of numbers. That settles that. What will the other half of the group be up to tonight while this research is going down?
Good question. I don't know if I have any specific plans. I love being the boring one in the group. Like, I'm gonna go home, make dinner for my dad who's working late, maybe throw some softballs against the shed.
You get good child points for that. Your father
Oh,
is
yeah.
incredibly happy when he comes home and you've made dinner for him. He's like relieved almost that he doesn't have to cook something.
He's like, oh, spaghetti for the 4th night this week? Okay, I'll take it.
You're actually, I'm not gonna go there with that joke. Becca, what about you?
Probably spending her I need to not see that one person so I don't punch his throat day with the other vampire.
Yeah, is there-
She'll be fine enough to not punch Bryce in the throat by like tomorrow, but she just needs today for like. No.
No, we've all been there.
Yeah, every once in a while you
Yes.
just need to punch Bryce in the throat.
Yeah, but your day passes pretty quickly. And tomorrow is a new day. If you choose to go to school, that is on you. And if you don't, you can do other stuff, I guess.
I'm gonna text everybody and be like, after school bunker, meet me.
Is that what we're calling it now? The bunker? That's actually what I would say in the text.
Yes, meet me there.
Okay.
Okay. That's it. That's the response.
Yeah, about second or third period, pretty early school day. Wisteria, over the PA system, you are called to the principal's office.
Wisteria's just gonna look over at Bryce and just like mouth, "Help me," and then just like get up and go
I'll
to the
nod and I'll
principal's
follow
office.
from a non-conspicuous
Obviously,
distance.
she'll get lost on the way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Wait,
you
is it
are
left
not
or is it right?
you are not the first student to be called to the office like within the last couple of days. You're not sure exactly how they're connected, especially because Wisteria isn't a very observant person. Yeah, but you've been called to the principal's office. You get there, and the secretary greets you. Bryce, obviously, with her, but if you want to like camp outside and listen, you can.
Not gonna like listen with ear to the door, but I'll be like in the general vicinity.
Okay. So, you go into the principal's office, and sitting there, with the principal across from his desk, you see a figure in a police uniform turn his head, and you recognize the officer who you changed to a pole, I believe. And he looks at you
I
and
did
goes,
not. I did not chain him to a pole. I wanted to, but no, Wisteria just ran off because she got a
You just
phone
left
call. But yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, Wisteria does not look anything like when she was catfishing. She doesn't have any makeup on. She's in her cottagecore clothing. Her hair is long, and a lot of it's just like in her face because she's nervous. So yeah, she's like totally not radiating confidence. She is just like a little scared bean. Also very short.
I mean, you were still short even then.
I mean, she was wearing heels. She was wearing like 4-inch heels, so she.
Yeah, but there's
like,
a difference between a short person wearing heels and a tall person wearing heels.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, so the figure turns around and looks at you, and you recognize the officer, and the two of you lock eyes, and I think it's her. And your school principal beckons for you to sit in another chair at the desk.
I'm gonna text Wisteria. Is everything okay?
She's gonna message back like, no, it's the cop. She's probably gonna start crying because she's never been in trouble like other than her parents before.
Oh, no, your principal like isn't sure what to do. He's like, don't cry. We calling everyone in because this nice policeman here had reported an incident of some kind of confusion over the weekend with someone he suspected to be of high school age. They've been working their way around the two high schools trying to find students that fit the description, and unfortunately that looks like it's you. That being said, if Officer Jefferson's accusations are true, we are required to call and notify your parents. So, are you positive this is the one?
Yeah,
Officer?
the mention of her parents with Sarah is just gonna start crying even harder.
At what point can I get myself? Can I like? Because once I get the text, I'm gonna head in.
You're gonna. I mean, I think she said that as she like as soon as like she saw the cop.
Okay, well,
So
after this, after this sentence, I'm gonna knock on the door.
Yeah, so inside you can hear Wisteria like hysterically crying now.
Oh, well, that's not good.
The principal's can it wait, Joan? Can it wait?
I'll just let myself in.
Bryce.
I will immediately hypnotize the police officer.
Okay.
I'll roll for that.
Yeah, you do have to roll for that.
Okay, it's plus hot, right?
I believe.
So then that's an 11.
So, yeah, I think that definitely constitutes a successful roll. So, what do you want him to believe?
Officer, I believe you've made an erroneous report. In fact, all of this was one big misunderstanding, and you'll meet me, and I'll give him a junkyard, like the location of a junkyard. You'll meet me at whatever junkyard tonight.
So this is an interesting tie-in to character. There, a junkyard where they trash all the old ship parts out in the desert, about like half an hour out of town.
Yeah, I'll tell him you'll meet me at the compactor at the junkyard.
Okay. What are you gonna do about the principal who's watching?
The principal's getting it fucking next.
Okay.
Okay,
what
that's a 7.
going on here? Okay, so that is a success with consequence, I believe.
Okay, so this principal is going to lose a bit of their sanity. That'll be the consequence.
That'll be fun for the rest of the
And then I'll
school
say,
year.
you never called in Wisteria, you never talked with this police officer, and I was never here.
His head, you see his eyes kind of cloud over. You know, the classic, like that. You were never here.
All right, Wisteria, would you like to make an exit?
Yes, I'm not in trouble anymore. And she's just
I
like
don't
wiping...
think this officer will be bothering you again.
The principal says, "No, sorry, sweetie. Why you even came in here? But just talk to Joan on the way out. Get what you need and get back to class."
All right.
I'll wipe Wisteria's tears and give her a little hug. Here, that was traumatizing. Let's get you home for the day. I'll talk with a nurse, or... fuck it. I'll, have your parents call when you get home. Tell them there was an upsetting incident. You need to take the rest of the day off. You're not in any state to be learning.
Okay. And she'll just pick up her bag and head over to a little moped.
Okay, I'll go with her if she needs company, just to make sure she calms down.
She's definitely going to need it, because, like, Wisteria being in trouble is, like, a thing that's never happened to her.
And I'll stay with her
parents.
Until I need to go to the junkyard to meet this police officer.
I mean, weren't you guys meeting in the bunker after school?
Yes, and we're gonna go to the bunker after school. I'll go with Wisteria there after I take her home and get her calmed down, and then I'll meet everybody at the bunker.
Okay, so let's do our meeting at the bunker first, and then if I feel up to it, we can do the trash compactor. If not, start there next week.
Okay. I feel like it'd be a good place to end, considering what I'm planning on doing.
Okay, yeah. So let's just do our meeting and our share of information and ideas, and not give Phil a heart attack.
You're going to. It's going to happen. There's a reason I mute when I'm, like, not in the scene.
Oh god, but you're so fun to watch. Like, I just watched Phil go, like, silently.
Oh my god. It's gonna be bad. Alright,
So
we're
at
going there
the
after
end of the school day, yeah, you all gather Bryce's underground home.
Okay. Weird shit. Weirder
Like,
shit.
More weird
Yes,
shit.
more weird shit. The sheriff's
Weirder.
wife has been in contact with Daimito. I plan on talking to Mr. Daimito tomorrow about that. She's also...
Bryce, didn't we already know that?
Yes. She also has a hyper-intelligent snake in her basement. It's bizarre. She also has a bunch of files in, like, baby code. I also stole her hard drive, and I'm currently going through stuff. There's notes regarding the satanic panic, ritual killings. It's all a lot, and I'd really appreciate your help going through the information. This is very important. I will compensate you handsomely, and because I believe I can trust you to do this.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
That, so they're like, are like really smart snakes just like a thing, or that like a widespread thing, or is this like a unique sort of?
It was just one in the basement. It had like translucent skin and these jet black eyes, and it seemed to understand me. And then before I left, it gestured for me with its tail. It pointed at the box of food for me to give it food.
Okay.
Like, what? That's insane.
I mean,
Silence, Brock.
I used to have a dog that would like bark at the cabinet where
That's the thing. Dogs are smart. Snakes, You know when
Well-
people think a snake likes them, it's because a snake thinks they're a particularly warm tree. Snakes don't think like we think. They operate on instinct. They're biological machines more than anything else. And the fact that this one not only could seemingly think well, but understand my fucking words is messing me up right now. I fought in the First World War, I've driven race cars around Le Mans, I've shot down Nazis over Germany. Jesus fuck, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I am more
newsflash,
fucked up over this
Bryce.
snake than I am over anything else.
Yeah, newsflash, Bryce. There's weird shit in this world, I guess.
I've seen vampires, ghosts, witches, demons, but a fucking snake? That's it. That's where I draw the line. This lady's up
You
to
draw
fucking
the line
something.
at a
Bryce
You draw the
unhinged.
line at a particularly smart fucking noodle? Are you joking?
Werewolves, vampires, that is something I can live with, but a genetically engineered genius snake, which may or may not have, like, the soul or mind of a person sacrificed at a ritual a few years ago that's been dug up. Not a few years ago, decades ago. Just help me read through the files. You'll see how fucking weird all this shit is, too. There's also some baby code. It's a Caesar cipher, meaning she just shifted the letters over by one. It's hilarious that any information would be encoded like that.
Salad cipher.
Hers aren't shifted over by one. I just used one. It's probably a different amount for each
Okay,
letter.
it's shifted over by...
Sorry, I just
I'll-
needed to verbally explain it as easy as possible.
So, yeah, that does seem kind of insecure for something that, I mean, you said this was in like a basement or something?
Yes, it was in a storm cellar underneath the house of the sheriff.
Maybe
You
they
know-
figured being the house of the sheriff was security enough.
Well, the only thing that I took that they would notice being gone is the fucking hard drive out of their computer. So, I'd like to get the data copied and... Well, I've copied the data. I'd like to...
Oh, I know what Harry's gonna do. He's gonna take the fucking hard. All right, sorry.
You cut out for half of that.
Yeah.
Good. I don't want to give him any ideas.
No, I heard what you said. I'm not going to do that.
So you want our help looking through all this weird shit you got from breaking into the sheriff's house?
I'll pay
Okay.
your college tuition. I'm not joking.
I'm
Sure,
apparently
deal.
unqualified
Yeah,
for
let's
college,
do it.
so
Hey, listen,
Gotcha.
I was in because of the snake. You don't have to tempt me more than that, but I will gladly accept.
do wolves eat snakes?
Wolves eat anything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I was
Hmm.
gonna say that. Oh, well, I was gonna say that just because Becca's a werewolf doesn't mean she eats everything that wolves. But I get. Yeah. Never mind. I have no idea what the fuck is going on anymore. So, sure, give me some shit to read. I guess. Let you know what I find.
All right.
That's the spirit.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Maddie's slowly turning into a ghost.
All right. Yeah, once they've started reading, I'm just going to, like, wait till the appointment time and then take the hard drive and go to meet with a police officer.
Okay, so you want to do this in this episode and not next episode?
Yes,
with it.
I think it would
Okay.
be a good way to end it.
Yeah. So as the three of you buckled down with a lot of documents to sort through, some weird stuff that I will that I will specify like going forward for the next episode in specifics. And Harry takes a car and heads out towards the Air Force Base. It takes you a little while, but the roads are relatively clear. The only people that, come through here are, people that work on base or people that are making delivery to base.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to make sure there's a car in the compactor. Like, just ready to go. Is that something I can do? Like, is there a crane like for a junk car hulls or something?
Like, I don't know how reasonable it would be for you to operate heavy machinery.
Yeah.
Experience with.
Yeah, I haven't done heavy machinery, only cars and planes. So, I can make it work.
Okay. Yeah, he's not there when you get there, but he pulls up about like 10 minutes later.
Perfect. I'm gonna wait for him to meet me at the trash compactor.
Okay. He'll meet you. He has his hand on his gun.
I'm gonna try
it's
to.
not out. It's like in his, it's like in the holster, but he's got his hand on it, ready to. He keeps a safe distance from you.
I'm gonna hit him with hypnosis again.
This poor guy. All right, roll.
9.
All right.
Well, plus hot, so 2, so 11.
Oh, okay. So then there's no consequence there.
There's no need to worry. Hand me your gun.
He pulls it out and spins it so the handle is towards you, and walks up and puts it on the ground in front of you.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
Oh, excuse me?
Then I'm going to drag the body into the compactor, throw in a bunch of other scrap
There's
metal.
More? There...
I'm gonna put it into a nice cube of scrap metal. And
You're
put
gonna
it in...
Ellie him?
Yes.
Ah.
And then I'm gonna put it in the rest of the cube of scrap metal. Then I'm gonna put the hard drive in his car. And then I'm gonna drive back home. And then I'm gonna change the fucking tires on that car in case they try to do tire track stuff.
Phil has left.
Phil just straight up left the fucking building.
The most reasonable thing to do in that situation would have been to hypnotize him and let him live with the hard drive so that blame could go onto him. But Bryce is fucking mad about this. Like, really fucking angry.
About which thing?
About this cop fucking with his friend. And
I mean, it's what a cop would do.
Yeah, and it's a scummy, shitty thing to do. He's a monster. And also, he's a really convenient fall guy for my crimes.
Okay, I mean, we'll talk about how your actions have consequences. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this particularly worrisome episode of Cove. If that's not ACAB, I don't know what else. Phil, why don't you plug your podcast now?
Sure, yeah, I guess so. You can find me on Instagram at Phil_Kutch. Wow, I'm just like in pieces right now. Or you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/PhilKutch. You can also find my podcast called Neither Here Nor There on all podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. No episode this week, but we should be back with a new one 2 weeks from now. But we have 2 episodes in the backlog if you're interested. And you can also follow the Twitter for that, at Neither There. That's all.
Harry, Jane?
Saratoga by Night. Listen to it. Also like and subscribe.
I've got a Twitter and a Tumblr, Confused Crow. One word, all lowercase. I post art.
And find me in your local void as per usual.
Yep.
Scream loud enough, I might respond.
You can find me at Arcane Goth platforms. If you're interested in booking a session with me, I am now employed by Emerald Game Masters Guild. I just ran my first paid game of D&D ever earlier this week. So if you're interested in playing Monster Hearts, D&D, Vampire, any of that spooky stuff with me, please feel free to book me. I like getting paid. And that's it. Remember, fuck the cops. Have a good day. Don't make deals with Faye unless Wisteria is the Faye, because she'll probably just make you cookies.
All right,
Still
people.
don't
Bye-bye.
vote, though.